Hi everyone, this is Nishta from Nish Online Interior Design, Paint Color Consultation and Home Decor Content Writing. So we've already talked about a few color reviews, I've talked about my best paint colorist of Benjamin Moore. So today I'm going to be specifically talking about a compass direction where paint colors can best work in their situations. And today I'm going to be specifically talking about 12 best Benjamin Moore paint colors for a north facing room. I know compass directions are one of the most important aspects when choosing a paint color for a space for. So whenever I get my color consultation clients, I request a questionnaire with them and I do request them to let me know a particular compass direction of all of the spaces that they need help with and are looking to choose paint colors for. Now let me tell you why compass directions are so important. Now our north facing rooms in general don't receive any sunlight all day long. It definitely have some amount of natural light, but that is also quite grayed out. Meanwhile, in our south and west facing rooms, there's ample amount of yellow light. So let me tell you, a paint color which is used in your north facing room or your south facing room can look different in different compass directions, and that is why we need to dive deeper into which kind of colors can work in which compass directions with what kind of incoming light and can best appear in that particular compass direction. So like I mentioned, today I'm going to be talking about 12 best Benjamin Moore paint colors for a north facing room, and we will dive deeper into why that color makes a perfect choice for this compass direction. So let's get started. So is there a specific room in your home that feels overly cold and cool all day long? Maybe that room does not receive any sunlight all day long. There is considerable amount of natural light but no sunlight. Maybe you feel just so cold in that room that you just want your heaters to be on and you want to just snug in a cozy blanket all day long in that particular room. Well, that is because you're in a north facing room. So north facing rooms generally don't receive any warmth or any sunshine. They receive ample natural light, and the kind of natural light that is received in a north facing room either has a blue or a grey undertones to it. So the cool incoming natural light can foster the overall appearance and appeal of the paint color which is used in the north facing room. So in such situations, I would recommend that you go with warmer colors and colors that feel warm, creamy, bright, that can definitely illuminate these corners and at the same time make them cozy all day long. Now there are two different kinds of north facing rooms. There's north facing room with ample incoming natural light, and then there can be a north facing room with little natural light. Now in a room that is filled with incoming natural light, you can experiment with paint colors that can have an LRV of 50 or greater. Now the room will definitely feel cool, muted and subdued all day long. So you need a warmer color that can hold their depth without looking too grayed out. Some classic Benjamin Moore examples can be Benjamin Moore Edgecomb Grey and also Benjamin Moore Navajo White. On the other hand, for a north facing room that receives less incoming natural light, you have to go with lighter and brighter off-white paint colors that can range somewhere around medium to light range. Now these paint colors can brighten up those dull north facing rooms, and they have to be warm, but at the same time you must avoid the yellow undertones, because yellow undertones in a north facing room that receives low incoming natural light can equally feel dull and dingy. So you go with neutral whites that are bright, clean, crisp and may have an LRV of somewhere around 72 or greater. At the same time, you must avoid very clean and stark white paint colors, and some classic whites that go in your north facing room with low incoming light would be Benjamin Moore White Dove, Benjamin Moore Dove Wing, and you can even go with Benjamin Moore Calm. So all in all, before I get started with my list of 12 best Benjamin Moore paint colors for a north facing room, here's a list of do's and don'ts that you need to consider. You must definitely choose a warm and creamy white color for the north facing rooms. This is ideal for north facing rooms with low incoming natural light and rooms with small square footage. For a sense of visual contrast between the walls and ceilings, choose a darker off-white or a beige, greyish, tan or taupe paint color. If you're looking to add color to the north facing room, simply think of warm sage greens, warm blue greens, shades of rust, burnt orange, warm peach and plum. Avoid clean and stark white colors since they can quickly pick the cool undertones. And lastly, avoid cool toned whites, light greys, mint greens, soft blues and major whites with blue, green and periwinkle undertones. So, are you excited to know my list of top 12 Benjamin Moore paint colors for a north facing room? Well, the first paint color on my list is Benjamin Moore Ballet White. Are you looking for a best Benjamin Moore paint color for a north facing room? Well, Ballet White by Benjamin Moore is a warm and creamy darker off-white color that can work effortlessly. This is a muted creamy color with a touch of yellow undertone to add warmth and add a sense of balance to the north facing room. So you must definitely use this color in a north facing room that receives considerable amount of incoming natural light. Now since this color has an LRV of 71.97, I would recommend that you stick to this paint color only in high incoming light north facing rooms. Avoid this paint color in a room that receives low incoming natural light. And secondly, this paint color can hold itself pretty well in the morning hours or afternoon hours or evening hours when there is immense grey lighting entering all day long, and it can still sustain its warmth and make your north facing room feel cozy all day long. Now you can check out my latest pre-packaged Benjamin Moore Ballet White color palette for the whole house here on Etsy as well as my website. Now the next paint color on my list is Benjamin Moore Dove Wing. Quite ideal for a low light north facing room, Benjamin Moore Dove Wing can add a soothing and subtle statement in the north facing rooms. You can choose to pair the color with BM Simply White on the ceilings, trims and moldings. Since this paint color falls on the lighter end of the scale with an LRV of 77.52, it can also help make your north facing room look larger and brighter. Now Benjamin Moore Dove Wing has the potential to slightly mute down itself and look neutral all day long with just a tidbit touch of warmth to it. Unlike Ballet White, Dove Wing is not going to show any yellow undertone regardless of any situation, and it can work simply the best if you have low lighting conditions or if your north facing room is also quite small and you want to add a cozy factor. Now you can check out my latest pre-packaged Benjamin Moore Dove Wing color palette for the whole house here on Etsy as well as my website. Now the next paint color on my list is Benjamin Moore Edgecomb Grey. Now Benjamin Moore Edgecomb Grey is my absolute favorite suggestion for a north facing room, especially if your north facing room receives ample incoming natural light and there is a larger square footage. You can choose this paint color for all the common walls of your home or that particular bedroom or bathroom as well in. Now this is one of the best paint colors for a north facing room. It has a perfect balance of beige and grey to create a neutral and sophisticated appeal. With an LRV of 63.09, this warm neutral color must only be used in a well-lit north-facing room. It will not lose its warmth with the cool incoming natural light, and it will look perfectly warm and balanced without coming off too grey. You can check out my latest pre-packaged Benjamin Moore Edgecomb Grey color palette for the whole house here on Etsy as well as my website. Now the next paint color on my list is Benjamin Moore Natural Cream. Benjamin Moore Natural Cream is a warm and light greyish paint color that can definitely make your north facing room feel cozy and calming. With an LRV of 64.78, I'd recommend that you choose this color for a well lit north facing room. It has the potential to retain the color and undertones pretty well even with a cool incoming natural light. Now Benjamin Moore Natural Cream can either be used with Benjamin Moore Chantilly lace or Benjamin Moore Simply White on the ceilings, trims and moldings. If you have a larger open concept layout plan where there are windows that face north facing compass direction, then you can use this paint color as well over there as a whole house color scheme. Now you can check out my latest pre-packaged Benjamin Moore Natural Cream color palette for the whole house here on Etsy as well as my website. Now the next paint color on my list is Benjamin Moore Wind's Breath. One of the best Benjamin Moore paint colors for a north facing room, Wind's Breath is a perfect shade of neutral that is neither too cool nor too warm. With a perfect sense of balance, this classic neutral will never come off too grey or beige and can ideally be used in modern and contemporary homes. Now, if you're afraid of a paint color looking too traditional in your home or showcasing, or mainly a beige paint color that showcases a yellow undertone, then Wind's Breath is definitely something to not worry about, because this is a classic neutral that can fit in well with your modern homes. You must pair this paint color with chantilly lace on the ceilings, trims and moldings for the best result. Now, you can check out my latest pre-packaged Benjamin Moore Wind's Breath color palette for the whole house here on Etsy, as well as my website. Now, the next paint color on my list is Benjamin Moore White Dove. Benjamin Moore White Dove is a popular and best-selling off-white paint color. The warm and creamy white dove is quite ideal for the use in north-facing room that receives low incoming natural light. It may come off very neutral and not so warm in this compass direction. Now, with the incoming cool and grey light all day long in the north facing room, White Dove has the potential to wash off its warmth and feel slightly neutral, but it would definitely not look like a cool tone paint color. And since it has an LRV of 83.16, we definitely know that it can illuminate the dark corners and brighten up the cold and dingy corners of your north facing room. Lastly, I would recommend that you simply stick to White Dove on the walls, ceilings as well as your trims in the north facing room for an utmost seamless appeal. You can check out my latest pre-packaged Benjamin Moore White Dove color palette for the whole house here on Etsy, as well as my website. Now, the next paint color on my list is Benjamin Moore Muslin. Benjamin Moore Muslin is a warm and welcoming neutral paint color with deep traditional beige undertones. This color has ample depth and a yellow undertone to warm up the north facing room. With the cool incoming natural light, this color can feel calmer, while the degree of yellow becomes slightly muted. Now, Benjamin Moore Muslin has an LRV of 66.54, which means that it can hold itself pretty well in your north facing room. I mean, even if the yellow undertones get washed off, the warmth of this paint color will sustain and retain in the morning hours or afternoon hours without making your space look cold or even sterile. You can check out my latest pre-packaged Benjamin Moore Muslin color palette for the whole house here on Etsy, as well as my website. Now, the next paint color on my list is Benjamin Moore Soft Fern. Benjamin Moore Soft Fern is a soft, calming and organic warm green paint color that can make a dominant accent on the walls, cabinets, vanity and built-in shelves. This pale warm green color also has a touch of neutral grey undertones. Whether you have an exposed brick wall or a natural stone cladding, this color is bound to work in the north facing room. Now, Benjamin Moore Soft Fern has an LRV of 56.67, which means that it can ideally be used as an accent in your north facing room. Now, this green is a warm green color and has those sage undertones which can add the utmost warmth to your north facing room. Since you choose to use this color as an accent, you can further pair it with either Benjamin Moore Simply White or White Dove on the surrounding walls, ceilings and trims for the best result. You can check out my latest pre-packaged Benjamin Moore Soft Fern color palette for the whole house here on Etsy, as well as my website. Now, the next paint color on my list is Benjamin Moore Carolina Gull. Especially if you're looking for a slightly dark and bold green color to add a statement of warmth and earthiness in your north facing room, this color is definitely something to have an eye on. With an LRV of 27.41, you must use this color only as an accent on the wall, built-in shelves and vanity. Now, Carolina Gull definitely has a hint of grey and warm green to it. So, in your north facing room, warm green can slightly take the backstage while the grey can pop out without making the space look too grey. So, let me tell you, Carolina Gull can definitely hold itself pretty well in a north facing room without looking too greyed out, and at the same time it's not going to come off too warm as well as it would be in a south or a west facing room. So, all in all, if you're looking for a neutral green grey paint color, Carolina Gull can prove to be one in a north facing room. Now, you can check out my latest pre-packaged Benjamin Moore Carolina Gull color palette for the whole house here on Etsy, as well as my website. Now, the next paint color on my list is Benjamin Moore Van Cortlandt Blue. Benjamin Moore Van Cortlandt Blue is a soft and soothing blue-grey paint color with the slightest hints of green. Whether you're looking to create an accent wall or simply add a sense of visual interest to the built-in shelves, vanity or the cabinets, this color in the north facing room can work phenomenally. Now, Van Cortlandt Blue has an LRV of 31, which means that it's way darker than the above mentioned colors. Now, if you're truly fond of the blues and you want to have a cool tone paint color in your north facing room, you definitely can. As far as the blue is not very icy or frosty or has periwinkle or violet undertones, you can go with the shade of blue in your north facing room. Now Van Cortlandt blue is a softer color with a tint of green undertone. So in such situations you go with blue green colors because the green in undertone in a blue paint color tends to add a sense of warmth to the space. Now for the surrounding walls, I would say that you go with warmer whites like white dove and simply white or Swiss coffee as compared to cooler tone whites to further add a touch of coziness to this room. Now you can check out my latest pre-packaged Benjamin Moore Van Cortlandt blue color palette for the whole house here on Etsy as well as my website. Now the next paint color on my list is Benjamin Moore Mount St. Anne. Benjamin Moore Mount St. Anne is a soft and serene blue-green paint color with hints of grey as well. So if you're looking for a cool tone blue-green inspired coastal paint color in your north facing room, this color can do wonders. Now this paint color is quite ideal to be used in a north facing room that receives ample incoming natural light. For a low light receiving room, you only use this paint color as an accent on the built-in shelves or your cabinets or a particular featured wall. Now secondly, you can pair this paint color with chantilly lace on the ceilings, trims and moldings, and don't worry about this color coming off too grey because it has considerable amount of chroma to it which can hold itself pretty well in a north facing room. Now the last paint color on my list is Benjamin Moore Weimaraner. Looking for a bold color to further complete your monochromatic palette? Well, this shade of brown and taupe is definitely something to check out. Benjamin Moore Weimaraner is an earthy brown color that can immediately warm up your north facing room and create a sense of visual contrast as well. Now if you don't want the blues, the greens and the blue greens, you don't want a lighter off-white or a medium off-white or lighter grays, beiges and taupes out there in your north facing room, and you would rather want to have your cabinets or a vanity in an accent of brown or a taupe color, then Weimaraner is a great option to go with. I mean, I'm not going to suggest painting all your walls in this color, but you can only choose it as an accent on the featured wall or the cabinets or the built-in shelves in this color because it has a tendency to warm up the space and it will come off quite taupish and brownish in your north facing room. So what are your thoughts on my list of 12 best Benjamin Moore paint colors that go in a north facing room? Well, did you like any? Are you equally facing the trouble of painting a north facing room and facing the challenge of what best paint colors to go? Well, I hope this list was helpful to you, and if you need other suggestions and other color advice, you can drop the comment in the comment box below. Lastly, don't forget to check out my website at www.nishtasadana.com and my Etsy shop which has tons and tons of interior and exterior color packages. You can even find kitchen cabinet colors, interior colors, exterior colors from Sherwin-Williams, Benjamin Moore, Behr and Ferro and Ball. Lastly, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel as I'm coming up with these color related and interior related video every Monday. Bye.